I am so giddy right now, and I'm sure you know why. I've been waiting months and months and months, days, seconds, they don't fly by fast enough. But tonight is the 6th season, the premiere of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, followed by one of the better shows on TV, The League. Oh, it's just a wonderful night. And next week, once The Office and 30 Rock starts back up again, we're going to have 4 shows. We're going to have 2 full hours of comedy on Thursday night, going into the weekend, leading into Friday. Oh, what a fun night of Thursday night TV. You gotta love it. It's Always Sunny, The League. There we go. Homer Simpson loves it. You better like it as well. As always, you know Miller on Sports is brought to you by the law offices of Ron Scholes, a law firm of military veterans fighting for you. Go to RonScholesPA.com for more information, or for a free consultation, call 904-721-7575. Big game for the Jaguars as well on Sunday at 4:15. Going out to San Diego, playing the Chargers, second game of the season. If you're going to stay home and watch it, broadcast duo Gus Johnson and Steve Tasker. So if you like the excitement, the adrenaline that Gus Johnson brings to a broadcast, you're going to have a lot of fun on Sunday. That's a Miller on Sports guarantee. Because Gus Johnson can make buttering bread sound like it is the coolest and greatest thing ever happening that second. That's how great Gus Johnson is. And he does the CBS Strike Force MMA fights. He's been doing NFL for a while now, but he brings so much excitement to absolutely nothing. And there's a gust of wind. It is gusting. 8 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour. That gust of wind, did you see it? No, you couldn't, because it was a gust of wind. But I'm sure you saw the plastic bag flying up in the air. What a gust of wind. So Gus Johnson and Steve Tasker broadcasting the game this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. As well, on the injury front for the Jaguars, Deji Kareem and Scotty McGee are still injured. They were limited in yesterday's practice. Kareem with his reconstructed thumb, which he had surgery on a few weeks back, about 2 weeks ago. Scotty McGee still with that banged-up shoulder, which he injured in the final preseason game. But the biggest thing for the Jaguars right now is safety Anthony Smith. He did not practice at all yesterday with a foot injury, and it's one of those things, I've said it time and again, the secondary is very weak for the Jaguars. And without Anthony Smith, it does not look good. And especially missing practice on Wednesday. Very few times in the NFL does a player miss practice on Wednesday and come back and play on Sunday. So keep your eye out on Anthony Smith. He was really the guy that replaced Reggie Nelson. But Sean Considine is expected to start on Sunday. And interesting, Jared Dillard talking to the media yesterday. He was placed on IR last week, and he announced that he has a stress fracture in his foot. That was the main reason he was put on IR. He'll be out 8 to 12 weeks to heal. He's not going to have a cast or anything, no surgery. Actually, I think he might have a boot on. Most of the guys do a boot now. And he broke his ankle last year, and it's starting to beg the question, I think Jared Dillard is just injury prone. It's a shame. It's kind of like what we saw with Reggie Hayward. He's got talent. He definitely does. He can make some plays. But when you're getting injured every season, you can't produce. It's simple math. So Jared Dillard, not looking good for his future right now, but he could show up. He could. And also the Times-Union reporting now, as well as Jaguars.com, that tight end Ernest Wilford signed a 1-year deal this morning at about 11 a.m. with the Jaguars. And the Jags waived wide receiver John Matthews to make room for Wilford. And Wilford, just a nice guy. I'd really have a hard time of thinking of anybody that does not like him. He's one of those silent locker room leaders. And always brings some jokes into the locker room. Just always a happy, fun-loving kind of guy. And John Matthews, I'm really glad that he did not purchase tickets for his family because, as you know, he went to San Diego for college. and all of his family is from Denver. And he was pondering whether or not to buy tickets for his family to fly out to San Diego and see him play this weekend. Oh gosh, could you imagine? All right, Grandma, I've got a ticket and a flight for you and everything. You're going to see me play on Sunday. Oh, by the way, yeah, I got waived. I'm no longer on that team. So how about we just play Madden in my basement? Do you want to do that instead? It's kind of like Elaine when she gets the new phone number and tells the kid that Grammy's no longer here because Elaine got Grammy's number who passed away. Oh, man, could you imagine John Matthews buying all those tickets? I think Kirk Morrison has bought something like 40 tickets. Buying tickets for your family, and oh, by the way, I'm no longer on that team. Oh, no. No, thank you. As well, I've been talking about special teams a lot this week. And I found out yesterday, because I don't always look through all the stats week to week, really analyzing them. That's not my strong suit. I don't really enjoy that. Unless it's a box score of a baseball game. Looking through batting averages, that's pretty good. I enjoy that. But Taekwon Underwood, the second-year player out of Rutgers, now is ranked second in the NFL. And I know it's only one game, but is second in the NFL in kick return average with a 38.3. And he only had 3 returns on Sunday. He broke some loose. And if you remember, I told you on Monday when I was at City Hall Pub that Taekwon Underwood was one of those guys, maybe the only guy in the locker room that was just having a good time. He's like a little kid. He's 23 years old, but oh man, this was the best game of my career. Here we go. Let's do this. And I was happy to see that. So Underwood is one of those guys going into the game Sunday against the Chargers that needs to get the ball. And special teams is really going to be key for the Jaguars on Sunday. And if you want to read my column on the Jacksonville Observer, go to jacksobserver.com. Wrote it last night. It was posted this morning. It's the 5 things looking ahead throughout the season and going into San Diego on Sunday. So check that out, jacksobserver.com. You're listening to Miller on Sports, weekdays 1 to 2 p.m., always right here on ABC 1530 WBOB. If you want to find me on Twitter or on Facebook, Miller on Sports. If you miss the show, just go to YouTube. Type in Miller on Sports. As well, we're always brought to you by the law offices of Ron Scholes. Go to ronscholespa.com or call 1-800-384-7575. A law firm of military veterans fighting for you. Back with more Jaguars talk, take a trip around the NFL, and so much more, college football, right here, Miller on Sports, as always on ABC 1530, WBOB.